Folks, welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. Right, another buzzer pattern today, a heavyweight buzzer. This is going to be for a point fly specifically, and what makes this different is the cheeks. We're going to be using this. We're not going to be using the material as such. We're going to be using paint, acrylic paint for the cheeks. So let's have a little crack with this. So hook and device is a heavyweight barbless nymph or grub hook, and your thread for this is a UTC 140 in black. Let's just get that on there and get this working. As always, if you enjoy these videos, please click like and click subscribe, and I'll keep getting them out to you. Right, let's work that black thread all the way down. So it's a pretty straightforward and simple fly. There isn't a lot of time to be done in this. This is mainly it's this stages for this. This is the thing with this, because you've got a bit of drying in between. So the threads come down just behind the bend there, and then that's where I'm just going to catch in a bit of strip peacock, okay? And this is going to be my rib, just a strip peacock. So trap that in, and then bring up the thread so it's just level with the point of the hook. And we're going to put a little trigger point in here for them, all right? We're going to put a little bit of red holo in here, just to because we can, just why not? So let's catch in a little bit of this. This is crinkle flash. You can use any material you like. I like the crinkle flash just for it's nice and reflective. It really stands out when you varnish it as well. So catch that in, bring the thread up, and then just we don't want a lot of this. It's kind of, it's a little bit bigger than a collar, but it's not huge. And just work that up. It just looks lovely when you varnish over the top of this. That's all we need. That'll do. That's fine. There we go. Trim off, and then come back up, and you're going to rib up with your quill. Nice, not touching turns, but just enough so that black shows through in between, opening up as you come up the hook. That's lovely, over the top of the red, and then we're going to catch that in just above the red there, and trim off. So it really is a point fly for me this time of year. When you're fishing buzzers, you want to be getting them down deep. The fish are unlikely to be too high up, especially after all this cold weather we've been having, so you're going to need a decent point fly to get down to these fish nice and quick. And something like this with a bit of flash, bit of bling about it, good fly. Yeah, nice pattern to choose. So all we're going to do is build up that thorax. We want a nice chunky thorax on here, and then what we'll do is just whip finish this, and that's it. That's the time part of this done. It is that quick. It's, as I say, very easy, very simple, very straightforward fly at the time. Nice big thorax. Come on, let's get a couple more turns in there. Yeah, that looks lovely. Good. Okay, and then just whip finish. That's it. That's the time part of this done. Okay, now the next part, it takes a little bit of time in between bits that we do. First thing I'm going to do is I want to seal all this in. Okay, before I add any paint or anything to it, I want to seal it in. So come in with my hard as nails. All right, I'm just going to give a nice light coat of the hard as nails all the way over the fly, just to seal everything, especially up on the thorax when I'm going to be adding paint. You see, that's the most important bit to sealing. But I'll give the whole fly a coat, because why not? It doesn't do any harm. This is one of those flies, you know, you want plenty of weight about it, so a bit of extra varnish won't do any harm. That's fine. That's it. It's lovely. That's all nice and varnished, and then we're just going to wait for this to go off, and this is going to take about a minute and a half to 2 minutes to go off. So I'll be right back with you. Right, there we are. That's all gone off now. Took a couple of minutes to go off, and I just sped through that for you. Didn't need to see that. So next we're going to add the paint for the cheeks on here, and we use this stuff. It's just an acrylic paint. You can get this from all sorts of model shops, knick-knack shops, etc. The one I'm going to use for this one today is a nice fluoro orange, a nice neon orange. All right. So using the dubbing needle, we're going to apply this for the dubbing needle. You really don't need a lot of this stuff. So it really is a case of less is more. So just a little bit on the end of the dubbing needle. I'm just going to turn that over, and all I want to do is get a couple of little dots in on that side there, That's going to be about right. That's lovely. Right, and the same on this side here. Just a couple of little dabs. It isn't much at all. That's perfect. Just flatten that out. It's just a little bit of a... Yeah, lovely. Okay, and that's it. You can see that nice bright cheek that gives, that real nice bright effect that gives you on the cheeks on both sides there. And all you've got to do now is just let that go off. All right, again, it's going to take a few minutes to go off, so I'm going to time lapse this again, and we'll come back to this in a couple of minutes time. Right, so that's had about 5 minutes, as you can see, and that's all nice and dry. Lovely effect those cheeks have got on there, and they're real bright. They're not going to fade away. So now we just come in and with our UV, or you can give it a couple more coats of Sally Hansen's. I'm just going to use UV for the speed of it for you guys today. Just come in and just give that a nice light coating, nice dab across those eyes. That's it, and the same on the other side. Perfect. Yep, and you just work that down the body. Give it that nice slimish profile on the lower body and thicker head up here. Really is a lovely looking little pattern. See how that really comes out now when you've got your coat of your epoxy or your varnish on top of it. That really shines through, doesn't it? Really sort of accentuates those cheeks. It's a real hot spot. I'm happy with the shape of that, happy with the way that looks. So now I'm going to come in and just tie that little bit on the back there. It just looks a little bit... You can always come back to this and add a bit more epoxy on it afterwards if you want to, a little bit more of this onto it afterwards if you want to. Just want a tiny little... just there. That's all I was seeing. I just saw it didn't look quite right. Right, happy with that. In we come. Give it a nice sap to set it all. Those eyes, those cheeks, they really stand out. Now, for any of you guys, and I know lots of people think that trout can see in UV. I don't know one way or the other, but if they can, you can see how much those shine out with a bit of UV light on them. Incredible. And there you go. It's a really easy type. Just a little bit time consuming to wait between the stages. So the thing to do is to do these up in batches. Do a batch of them, have them set in, tie some more up, have them set in, and then do your 3 or 4 stages at a time. But you can see how that works out. It's a very effective pattern, and as a point fly there on a setup on a floater on a midge tip, that's going to bring those flies and zoom, take them straight down to the bottom. We take the point straight down to the bottom and hang those buzzers in that lovely string of flies, and a lovely way the leader should hang, covering all your depths. And I will be extremely surprised if you just chuck that out at Rutland or Grapham at the moment and that didn't catch fish after fish after fish after fish. So a little bit different. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, as always, click like, click subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Have a nice weekend. Thanks very much.